about money. Governmental decision.
Oh yeah, and I think too, like, just learning the craft of music is constantly being reminded that no, you don't got it,
Right.
because you can always play it just a touch better, unless you're Jacob Collier, I think.
You're the second person to bring him up to me.
He's making everybody look bad.
Yeah, and the other person was actually somebody I previously did in an interview. It was I think you're the third, actually. I think two people I did in these interviews. So people are serious about music are recommending him for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect pitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played with a few people with that, and they could
Bobby
hear.
McFerrin and Prince had a musical love child.
Yeah, he's the guy.
And Frank Zappa was the kid's godfather. I think you kind of get that. Jacob.
That's a good
But
mix.
he does a lot of work with vocals. Sometimes he'll stream his Logic sessions online. He's got like 300 vocal tracks running at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
How do you do that, dude? He's only 25, 26 years old. Ouch.
Some people just have it right there, you know. Yep. Well, I guess you led me into the next question very good, because I know that I've played music with Bill, and it's always been great. And I know that we must have many parallels as far as musical inspirations and early interests.
Mm-hmm.
But my question is for your whole career, for your whole life. What are some of the main musical groups and influences you've had? I mean, it might be right now, but think of the whole span, kind of.
I'll give. I think my biggest musical like influence early on, when I started kind of listening to just rock or whatever, I fell like crazy into Beck when I was probably in 5th or 6th grade. I think Odelay was really big at the time, and then 7th grade rolls around and Midnight Vultures comes out. Just a real solid 1-2 of two great albums. And noticing Midnight Vultures is he had such a big ballsy horn section playing too, and he was combining it with so many crazy electronic noises. Just the whole product was bonkers and weird, and it just kind of jived with me. I think around that time I kind of fell into a little bit of electronic music too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that came about, but I heard a couple of tunes from Prodigy, and I was like, I like this shit too.
Yeah.
Then high school, I was really into Fish.
Okay.
For almost 4 years straight, that's all I listened to. Exclusive 6 years straight, 8 years straight. I listened to a lot of Fish for a long time. I liked their ability to improvise. But I think right around the time I was in the middle of college, I really fell into Frank Zappa, and that kind of replaced Fish. I look back at my time listening to so much Fish, going, I missed a lot of other stuff because I was listening to whatever Trey was doing, and I'm kind of out of that now.
Yeah.
I think a more recent some more recent influence is probably like groups like Snarky Puppy and the Cat Empire. So yeah, that's kind of it's kind of like people who've influenced me plus a couple of my favorite bands at the moment. Right.
Yeah. Well,
they're kind of influencing me and the way I think musically now. So.
Yeah, well, we definitely have a similar interest path. I think I'm a little older than you, so I mean,
are you?
I don't know. I think I am. I'm pretty sure I am, but
it's possible.
Like probably when you were the age you were into Fish, I was probably doing the Grateful Dead, and then Fish was at the tail end for me. Of course, yeah. Zappa, for sure. Yeah. So, I like recently I've been interested in having fun actually with electronic music.
Okay.
Mixed with guitar with instruments. Just putting the things I know how to do on an instrument with that stuff, because you have a whole orchestra basically of sounds, and I can't afford to hire an orchestra.
No, but when you think of hiring an orchestra versus paying maybe $500 for a big orchestra set of software that you can kind of use for a long time.
Yeah.
it's almost a bargain when you think of it like that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And you can
It's still expensive though.
Yeah, so many sounds. I just like playing with sound. I guess that's it.
Yeah, I've gotten into that a lot too. Actually, I don't think you can see it in the shot, but like right where my hand is, just off screen, I've got a couple of synthesizers just chilling out.
Yeah.
So I've been messing around with that kind of stuff too.
Now, are you recording right now? Do you use Logic or Pro Tools?
I use Ableton.
Okay, very good.
And I've got I actually have a UAD Twin interface into a laptop that I use just for recording.
Yeah.
I also have a desktop, but it didn't it's an AMD setup, so it's not that good to record with. So I just use that to play video games on.
Yeah.
And sometimes edit little bits of video.
Yeah.
But yeah, I record a little bit now. It's kind of fun, but I always feel like I start an idea and I don't always finish it. So I might have like 300 ideas that could go somewhere, and then I just stall out.
Yeah, that can be a struggle because there's so many cool things you can do. Like, let's see what the next thing I can do is.
Oh yeah, and then you get lost diving into the library of noises or effects, and then you're like, and then finally one day you wake up, you listen to it, and you're like, this is a goddamn mess. What was I doing?
Yeah, maybe sometimes it's easy to add too much.
Yep.
Because you can.
Oh yeah. Wow, more delay, even more delay.
Yeah.
Let me just slam it with a limiter now.
Yeah, it's fun to play around. It is hard sometimes to get back to it, then stay with it into the next movement or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you play? How many instruments do you play? I know I've seen you since you played with us with Back 40, and you did a lot more singing, and you looked like you were the band leader on the stage to me.
Sort of, yeah. I consider myself more of a. I guess you could. Yeah, I mean, in a way, yeah. I'll direct a lot of the cues and the hits, like when we're wrapping up a song. And I think to say I'm the band leader, like sometimes there's like, no, you're not. You haven't written lyrics or whatever. Because a lot of the things, like, it's hard to say who, like. You've got Evan who does a lot of the booking. Shannon does a lot of the songwriting. I might do a lot of the in rehearsal, like kind of like, pointing or something like that to try and figure out stuff. So I think we all like have different strengths. Yeah, more of a band director.
Yeah, that's what I should have said. That's what I meant. Because I don't know what goes behind the scenes, but on the stage, I noticed you were making definitely cues that were very clear.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's like years of practice.
Yeah, and those are important. They have to be obvious sometimes, and it's helpful.
And in time, and you can't miss your notes or your cues.
Yeah,
or your entrances, or your cutoffs.
Yep, that's a lot to think about. It's good for your brain.
Make sure you're pointing in the microphone too. Don't fuck up.
Well, when I saw you do it, you did it well. I didn't hear anything we missed, and it made the whole band sound great.
Thank you.
One thing I think about all the time is when we were playing with the funk brass horns, we borrowed very graciously. Hullabaloo let us borrow some of their horn section, and in the horn lines, we'd have a rehearsal. We'd be jamming. We'd say, "This is the tune." We'd tell you the key, I guess, and then we'd start the tune, and you guys would turn around and huddle for what seemed like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And come back and boom, there was a horn line in 3 parts. I was wondering what is that conversation that happens? Because I never heard them. I could just hear the speakers, right?
Yeah. Oh, hey, let's try this one. And usually we just make a quick snap decision. I don't know. I can't tell you that. I actually really, really can't tell you what that was like, because any one of us would actually come up with just let's just play this like lick over it and harmonize, and then it's just all right. We're right into it. I think it was just somebody had something, and we just said, all right, we're doing that.
Okay.
During the rehearsals, I think we also would break out a handful of ideas that just didn't work out. We'd kind of go back and try a different thing. But, maybe there was a round of us passing a line back and forth, or maybe it was just, fuck, we got nothing. So we just start throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah, it sounded like it seemed pretty effortless. And so you each are have like, what, if you have a line, what part you're going to take in that line automatically.
Kinda,
do the instrument.
Somehow it works. I guess if you're starting it off, you're kind of holding that spot, and then the other two would harmonize over or under. Which is usually why I think Mike would come up with more of the licks than I would, because I'd want to do like something under or in the middle. It was easier to harmonize with him because he would always kind of be on the root or the tonic or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of easy to build off of that. But Alan, in terms of voicing and trying to kind of build off of that, Alan, it was pretty easy to do that when Alan would like take the lead on a lick or something too.
Yeah.
So it was a little easier following them than creating the thing myself. But it happened once in a while.
Yeah. That makes total sense then, because once somebody starts, your ear will take you to the right part. I'm the same way with singing, because I can sing a melody, and ask Colin and Andy this for sure. They always say, Dan, take the melody, because I know if they take the melody, I'm not going to be able to harmonize. I keep going to the octave and I keep going to the root, and it's hard for me for some reason to do that with my voice. Obviously, with the instrument, it's easier. But I won't be in a bluegrass gospel band ever, probably.
No?
I don't think so. Not if they want me to sing.
Well, I mean, not with that attitude, you're not.
Okay, I will. I'm going to start one tomorrow.
It'll be your favorite.
All right. On that note, we're going to take a short break and listen to this awesome music. Stay tuned for the next part. Dun, dun.
And they're all suited up, and looking good. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, shotguns! Fire! Yeah.
Thank you.